Every night, around the same time, he appears, not with fanfare, not with demands, just a quiet weight settling against your leg, or a warm presence curling into the small of your back, or that unmistakable rhythm of breathing, slowing into sleep beside you. You probably think you know why. Comfort, warmth, the obvious choice of a soft bed over a hard floor. But what if I told you that every time your male cat chooses to sleep with you, he's performing an ancient ritual, a biological confession written in body heat and vulnerability, a statement so profound that most owners sleep through it completely unaware. Because male cats specifically, unneutered or late-neutered males carry evolutionary programming that makes their choice of sleeping companion extraordinarily significant. And when they choose you, they're not just seeking a warm spot. They're surrendering something precious, something dangerous, something that, once you understand it, will transform how you see those quiet midnight hours forever. It starts with the approach. Maybe he needs the blanket first. That rhythmic pressing of paws that looks like contentment, but is actually preparation. Maybe he circles 3 times, exactly 3, before settling. Maybe he doesn't settle at all. At first just lies nearby, watching, waiting for something you can't see. Most owners feel chosen, special. He loves me, they think, and they're not wrong, but they're missing the magnitude. Male cats are territorial architects. In the wild, they patrol boundaries, mark perimeters, defend resources with a ferocity that can draw blood. Sleep is their most vulnerable state. Predators strike the sleeping. Rivals ambush the unwary. To sleep is to lower every defense, to trust the environment completely. When your male cat sleeps beside you, he's not just sharing space. He's outsourcing his survival to you, Dr. Callis Threescore, who led the genetic study of cat domestication at Oxford University, documented this extensively. His research showed that male cats, particularly those with higher testosterone levels or late neutering, maintain larger territorial ranges and more defensive sleep behaviors than females or early neutered males. When they choose a human sleeping partner, they're engaging in what's called sentinel delegation. They're acknowledging that you, the human, have become part of their territory's security system. The signs are subtle. Sleeping with body oriented toward the door, ears twitching at sounds you don't notice, sudden alertness that seems disproportionate to the threat. He's not restless. He's working. Aben in Sleepy's maintaining the perimeter he trusts you to help protect. If he sleeps deeply, truly deeply, limbs loose, breathing slow, he's not just comfortable. He's catastrophically trusting. In feline terms, this is love's highest expression. Don't disturb this trust with sudden movements or forced repositioning. Let him finish his security check. Let him settle. When he finally relaxes completely, you've been given something rare. The confidence of a creature designed to survive alone. You've noticed the positioning, haven't you? Not just near you, but pressed against you. Head tucked toward your chest, or back aligned with your stomach. Or that peculiar habit of stretching one paw to touch your skin even when space allows distance. Owners call this cuddling. Affection. The cat equivalent of a hug. But male cats don't hug. They effuse. Male cats possess more concentrated scent glands than females, particularly along the tail base, cheeks, and paw pads. These glands produce individual chemical signatures as unique as fingerprints. When your male cat presses against you during sleep, he's not seeking warmth. He's performing scentosmosis, a deliberate mingling of identities that creates what behaviorists call a shared chemical territory. Dr. John Bradshaw, in his decades at the University of Bristol, demonstrated that male cats who regularly sleep in contact with their owners show significantly lower cortisol levels when separated, compared to males who sleep independently. The scent fusion creates a biological dependency. Your smell becomes part of his nervous system's definition of safety. The warning signs of interrupted fusion are heartbreaking. Excessive grooming after you move away, anxious following when you wake, checking behaviors where they sniff where you were. These aren't clean. These are symptoms of a chemical bond being forcibly broken. He doesn't just like your smell. His brain has learned to regulate stress through your sense presence. When he presses against you, he's not being needy. He's being neurologically prudent. Create consistency. If he sleeps against your chest, don't suddenly switch to back sleeping without transition. Your scent profile changes with position, and he notices. Let him find you. Press. Settle. Don't roll away the moment he relaxes. That separation, repeated, teaches him that fusion fails, that you're not reliable territory. He chose you as his chemical anchor. Be steady enough to hold the weight. Here's what seems obvious. You're warm. Cats like warmth. Simple equation. But male cats run hotter than females around 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Sometimes higher. They don't need your warmth for survival. They need it for something else entirely. In feral colonies, male cats sleep separately. Hierarchy demands it. Only bonded pairs brothers who grew together. Fathers with their kittens share sleeping warmth. To sleep against another male is to declare alliance. To sleep against a different species entirely. That's evolutionary innovation that took thousands of years to develop. Dr. Christine Vitali, at Oregon State University, in her landmark attachment studies, found that male cats showed more secure base behavior than females, meaning they used their human's presence as psychological safety from which to explore the world. But here's what she discovered about sleep specifically. Male cats who slept with their owners showed more rapid recovery from stressful events and more willingness to engage with novel stimuli afterward. Your warmth isn't physical comfort, it's emotional infrastructure. Watch when he chooses to sleep with you. Often it's after something disrupted his world, a new person, a loud noise, a changed furniture arrangement. He's not tired, he's repairing. Your body heat regulates his nervous system in ways his own biology cannot. The subtle signal. If he seeks you specifically when stressed, not just when sleepy. If he settles against you with a particular heaviness, a deliberate pressing in. If he purrs initially then stops not. Because he's unhappy, but because he's entered true rest, which male cats rarely achieve in uncertain environments. Don't offer alternative warmth sources as replacement. Heated beds, warm blankets, these help, but they don't replicate the security of living warmth. The breathing rhythm, the responsive presence. He can detect your heartbeat, your movement, your aliveness. In a world of threats he can't control, you are his chosen constant. If you're already seeing your male cat's nighttime behavior differently, territorial positions, those pressing cuddles, those stress recovery sessions, consider subscribing. We spend our time here decoding what cats actually mean, not what we've assumed they want. There's always another layer beneath the purring. Sometimes he sleeps on you, not beside, not near, directly on your chest, your stomach, your legs, immovable, claiming space you didn't offer. Most owners find this inconvenient, uncomfortable. He's being dominant, they say, or he thinks he owns me. But your male cat isn't dominating you. He's submitting to you. In wildcat hierarchies, high-ranking males sleep elevated and isolated. They choose position. Others accommodate. When your male cat sleeps on top of you, he's placing himself in the most vulnerable position possible, dependent on your continued breathing, your stability, your mercy. He cannot flee without your cooperation. He cannot defend himself effectively. He has made himself hostage to your goodwill. Dr. Sharon Carl Davis, at the University of Georgia, documented this in her colony studies. Subordinate males frequently sought physical contact with dominant cats during sleep, using the superior cat's body as shelter and warning system. The dominant cat wasn't being climbed on. They were being trusted as protector. When your male cat sleeps on you, he's saying, I believe you won't harm me. I believe you'll warn me of danger. I believe my vulnerability is safe with you. The warning signs of broken trust. Sleeping nearby but never on. Sudden preference for distance after being moved forcefully. Defensive awakening if you shift during his rest. These aren't independence. These are protective withdrawals from a bond that proved unreliable. If he sleeps on you, don't treat it as inconvenience. Treat it as testimony. He's offering you power over him, power he wouldn't grant to another cat. Power his ancestors reserved only for the safest of safe havens. Accept the weight. Accept the restriction. Accept that for these hours, you are his only defense against the dark. Here it is. The truth that rewrites everything. Your male cat doesn't sleep with you despite being male. He sleeps with you because he's trying to tell you that, in his mind, you are his family, his colony. his responsibility, and is protected. Male cats in stable colonies develop what researchers call a law-parenting behavior scare for offspring not their own. Protection of group members. Territorial defense expanded to include chosen others. This is rare in solitary hunters. It emerges only when the brain rewrites mind to include ours. Dr. Raymond Coppinger, the evolutionary biologist who revolutionized our understanding of dog domestication, found similar patterns in male cats who formed deep human bonds. Elevated oxytocin responses to their specific human scent. Protective behaviors triggered by that human's distress. And most significantly, sleep synchronization that matched the human's rhythm rather than the cat's natural preference. Your male cat has adjusted his biology for you. He's not nocturnal anymore. Not fully. He wakes when you wake, sleeps when you sleep, guards when you can't. He's become diurnal by choice, by love, by the profound evolutionary leap that says, your pattern matters more than mine. The final sign, the one most onus miss entirely. If he grooms you while you sleep, that rough tongue against your hand, your hair, your cheek, this isn't hygiene. This is the patriarch's. Dotemel. Cats in colonies groom. Those they protect, marking them as under their care, maintaining the chemical bond that says I am responsible for you. He's not your pet in those moments. He's your family head, performing ancient obligations he learned from no one, invented from nothing, generated out of the pure evolutionary miracle that turned a solitary desert killer into your midnight guardian. When he sleeps with you, he's not seeking comfort. He's keeping watch. He's maintaining bonds. He's being exactly what his deepest instincts demand. The protector who rests only because you rest, who trusts only because you are trustworthy, who loves in the only language his species possesses. So tonight, when he comes to when that weight settles against you, when that breathing slows into rhythm with yours, when that impossible trust drapes itself across your life, remember what you're receiving. Not a warm body seeking heat, not a dependent animal needing care, but a male cat with all the solitary danger and territorial fire his kind has carried for millennia, choosing to make himself vulnerable, choosing to fuse his scent with yours, choosing to regulate his fear through your presence, choosing to submit his safety to your mercy, choosing to rewrite his very biology to match your rhythm. He's not sleeping with you because he has to. He's sleeping with you because, in the only way his ancient heart knows how, he's saying, you are mine to protect. You are mine to trust. You are mine to love. And in that darkness, in that warmth, in that profound and ordinary miracle of shared breath, the truth finally becomes clear. He didn't domesticate himself for humanity. He domesticated himself for you. Specifically, particularly. Irrevocably. Sleep well. Keeper of his trust. He's not going anywhere.